And welcome back, everyone. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Gio. They call me the godfather of NFL YouTube prognosticators. It's so good to be here for another year on YouTube. This is my 8th season doing this. And week 1 is my very favorite week to bet on the NFL because I always do well in week 1. Are you ready? Here are my picks. The first game we're going to look at has the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Houston, where the Texans are 5.5-point favorites at home. The Jaguars used their first-round pick in this year's draft on running back Leonard Fournette, hoping he would take some of the burden off of quarterback Blake Bortles, who seemed to regress terribly last year and hasn't looked much better in the preseason, despite working with a quarterback guru in the spring. See, never trust a guru. That's an inside joke. However, Fournette missed the last 3 games of the preseason. I don't know how much he'll be able to help that offense. Houston will go with Tom Savage under center. Savage replaces Brock Osweiler, who's back with Denver, at quarterback, which shouldn't be a downgrade. And the Texans' dominating defense will once again be led by all-world defensive end J.J. Watt, who returns after missing much of last season with a season-ending injury. The big story in Houston has been Hurricane Harvey, and Watt has led an emotional outpouring of goodwill, and his efforts have raised millions of dollars as the nation rallies to help the victims of the hurricane. Look for Watt to play a huge role in this game. The Texans are a better team on both sides of the football, so if you add in what is sure to be a supercharged crowd, I don't even think this game will be close. You may even want to consider taking the Texans in your suicide pool, as they should win and cover easily. So let's lay the points, and let's take the Houston Texans minus 5.5. The second game we're going to look at has the Philadelphia Eagles going to Washington, where the Redskins are 1-point dogs at home. This is probably my favorite betting situation. We have a divisional game where the visitor is the favorite. If you were to take only one type of bet, this is the one, where the home team is the dog in a divisional game. And the Eagles are a much better home team than they are on the road. Last year, they went 1-7, including losing their last 7 games away from Lincoln Financial Field. They even lost both of their preseason games on the road this year. Not only that, the Redskins have beaten the Eagles 5 straight times. Washington quarterback Kirk Cousins is looking for a big year so he can cash in on all that money that the owners are throwing at quarterbacks these days. So I expect big things from him. I think the home team is going to win straight up, and you get the points. So let's take the Washington Redskins +1. The third game has the New York Jets going to Buffalo, where the Bills are 8-point favorites at home. My initial reaction was just to avoid this clunker, as the Jets look like they're trying to tank this season, while the Bills are probably doing the same thing, just not as obviously. The Jets have traded or cut a lot of talent, so have the Bills. Buffalo can run the ball with Sean McCoy, who I have on my fantasy team, but if there's one thing that the Jets can actually do well, is they can stop the run. New York also has the advantage of having a proven NFL quarterback in Josh McCown, at least until he gets hurt, which is probably the first play of the game. Buffalo will probably go with Nathan Peterman, a rookie quarterback playing in his very first regular season contest. This game actually may set a modern-day record for fewest passes attempted or completed, which means a lot of running, lots of time being run off the clock, and barring any special teams touchdowns, it should be a low-scoring game and a close one at that. So let's just hold our noses and take the points in this stinker. Take the New York Jets +8. And our fourth game has the Indianapolis Colts going to Los Angeles, where the Rams are 3.5-point favorites at home. The Colts were 3-point favorites in this game until quarterback Andrew Luck was officially ruled out. Let's face it, the Colts aren't very good without Luck. Last year he missed 1 game, and Indianapolis only scored 7 points in that contest, their lowest total of the 2016 season. Not that the Rams are world beaters on offense, but quarterback Jared Goff is now in his second year, and LA brought in some help by acquiring wide receiver Sammy Watkins, who's a dominant player when healthy, and along with fellow wideout Tavon Austin and running back Todd Gurley. Rams offense is better than Indianapolis, and there's no comparison defensively, even without Rams defensive stud Aaron Donald, who probably won't play because of a contract squabble. The Colts, meanwhile, won't have their best defensive player either, as cornerback Vontae Davis will be out. With that under luck, the Colts might actually get shut out in this game, and that should lead to an easy cover by the home side. So let's lay the points, and let's take the Los Angeles Rams -3.5. I have one over-under play this week, and it's one of the Monday games featuring, naturally, my Minnesota Vikings, who host the New Orleans Saints. The total in that game is 48. We all know that the Saints can score, but they've lost some firepower as they traded away receiver Brandon Cooks in the offseason, and now they've lost number 2 receiver Willie Snead for the first 3 games due to suspension. And in the Vikings secondary, you get a solid side that the Saints may be hard-pressed to score against. Sam Bradford leads a pretty middling offensive attack for my Vikings. He throws a lot of short passes and rarely even tries to throw deep downfield. Minnesota will probably hand the ball off a lot to rookie running back Dalvin Cook, who replaces the departed Adrian Peterson, who will now be running for 1-yard losses for New Orleans instead of Minnesota. You know, I like what I saw from the New Orleans defense in the preseason, and I realize it's just preseason, but the first teamers played particularly well, and it looks like they finally decided to dedicate some high draft picks to the defensive side of the football. Also, neither the conservative Bradford nor Saints quarterback Drew Brees are likely to throw a pick 6, so the game will probably not even make it to 40, let alone 48. So let's take under the 48. Here's my Let's Take the Man's Money parlay play. We'll take 4 games this week. Let's take the Houston Texans -5.5, the LA Rams -3.5. We'll take the Washington Redskins on the money line, and we'll take the New Orleans Saints Minnesota Vikings game under 48 points. A $25 bet will win us $339.61. Good luck. Here's my 6-game, 6-point teaser play. We'll tease the Falcons down from -7 to -1. We'll tease the Texans down from -5.5 to +0.5 point. We'll tease the Redskins up from +1 to +7. We'll tease the LA Rams up from -3.5 to +2.5. Let's tease the Seahawks against Green Bay up from +3 to +9, and we'll tease that total in the New Orleans Minnesota game from under 48 to under 54. A $25 bet will get us $175. Now, if you have any questions on how a teaser play works, just go to the NFL YouTube Prognosticators page in the link below, and somebody there will help you out. Good luck. Here are my straight up picks for this week, featuring my brand new theme song. Okay, so those are my picks for this week. Good luck to you. If anyone is interested in joining my Straight Up or Against the Spread League, you can sign up now. It's not too late. I know there are a lot of pools out there, but none of them give you the bragging rights like the gioknows pool. I'll leave those links below. Also, I hope you can join us on our Facebook page. There are a lot of great prognosticators making videos just like this, and we talk about fantasy football and everything related to betting on the NFL. Like I said, the link is below. Okay. For the gioknows YouTube channel, I am Gio. I've been waiting a long time to say this. Let's take the man's money.